Hello, friends. This is Steve Kramer, Business Research Librarian for UNC Greensboro, with an introduction to one of my favorite products for research, Simply Analytics. And it's challenging to do this in a short time span, so I'm going to give it a shot. Hope I make it. We'll see. All right, let me share a screen, show you how to get to this tool. I'm going to Google UNCG libraries, go to our homepage. I could go under databases, but I'm going to instead go under research guides. And on, for example, my marketing, entrepreneurship, hospitality, and tourism guide, I have a box for market data and mapping. On top of that, Simply Analytics. There we go. It's going to look like this. You can come in as a guest. That's fine. Saves your time. But if you're going to use this more than once, you should create your account, use your campus email address and any password. Make up a password. It'll save your searches, save your favorite data points and locations. It saves you time in the long run if you're going to use it more than once. As you'll see, because I'm now logging in. And a few minutes ago, I was looking at some data in Seattle, mapping it out by neighborhood of 4,000 persons. So it's called census tracts. Here we go. I could choose other types of breakdowns of the location. This is core GIS, Geographic Information Systems kind of analysis, for income, 2025. And you can see the darker the purple, the wealthier neighborhood it is. I can change the legend. There's different ways of mapping the data and breaking down the color schemes. I can change categories and colors, but I don't have time for that in this short video. By the way, if you want to dig deeper than what I'm doing now, I do have on this page two long videos about this, one on mapping only and one on tables only. But this again meant to be more of just introduction and like show and tell. This database covers, I don't know how many, like 50,000 plus variables, including all the core demographic categories. And you can see most of those boxes here represent those categories, but also a huge collection of psychographic, behavioral, lifestyle, or in other words, market data sources. And there's a couple of boxes for that, which you can filter in keyword search to limit it. But also, if you click on data folders, this can be useful too. You'll see on top of are the demographic categories. If you want to dig down deeper and see, everything that's covered here, you can do that. But also the MRI Simmons and Nielsen categories, and also the health data too, will give you a good breakdown of all the different ways you can get other data in here, including just randomly here, quick, for example, bourbon brands, minus 6 months. There you go. Can map that out. So a massive collection, or simply keyword search what you're looking for. Type in yoga, you get yoga hits. I'm going to map yoga activity in Seattle. There we go. That's one example of mapping and a quick introduction to the wide variety of data points available in this product. In addition to the maps, which by the way you can download using the extra button up here in the top right, there are a bunch of different other ways of visualizing and making tables of this data. If you click on New Views, also in the top right, you'll see all the different choices. I'm going to quickly show you just a few examples. The ones I use most often besides maps are these three. Number one, comparison table. I choose manually a bunch of variables and my places. There I go, I'm done. And I can export this as a table using export. Number two of the top three, rankings. Here I have every single zip code in Washington State ranked by income. I could also rank this. I could change the rank to sort just a house in educational attainment or in restaurant activity. But basically, all these locations came up automatically. I didn't have to choose them. I just say I want zip codes or I want neighborhoods in Greensboro or states in the country. I can do all that automatically. Somewhat similar is this one. I can choose any one variable, like how much people are spending on medical supplies, and then get all the related categories automatically. So automatically, I got the hits for eyeglasses and hearing aids and topicals and dressings, etc., for my chosen locations. A few other things I want to just point out. A challenging request I often get is cross-tabulated data, cross-tabs, we say for short, where you combine two variables. Here we're looking at interest ownership of certain vehicles, including Teslas, and Greensboro, broken down by ages. And we can see that the data is kind of slim because it's not, that popular of a car. But there is data that showing us that the best demographic for this is ages 35, 39 in Greensboro for Tesla, 528 index, so it means it's really high. In contrast to that, very few young people own a Tesla in the city. In contrast, minis, 531, we look at index number for young people, high, but not that high for the same age group that likes Teslas. So there you go, cross-tabulated data. A few more examples, you can do scatter plots, bar charts, pie charts. This is spending on women's clothing. The biggest category here is sweaters, skirts, tops, and vests compared to, say, dresses. And finally, histograms. Kind of here's the big breakdown of how the numbers sort of play out, depending on what you've chosen. Here's income data by county. And you can see that most counties, the top income bracket, 50 to 60 to $70,000. There you go. So that was super short. Hopefully it feels that way to you too. But that is an example of the wonderful work you can do in this amazing product called Simply Analytics. If I can support you with your research you're doing in this product, let me know. You can email me, meet me in person, meet me face to face. We can meet through Teams as well. I'm happy to work with you on this.